Hey, Chef Billy Parisi here with Heinen's. Thanks so much for stopping by. I'm going to show you how to make a slow-cooked brisket going with an onion gravy. Let's first start off with that brisket, which you can always get from the meat department from your favorite Heinen's grocery stores, and it's always We Care certified. We are going to generously season it up with salt and pepper, and of course, don't forget the other side. We also want to generously season that with salt and pepper. This is a big piece of meat. Let's briefly set this to the side, then we're going to add some olive oil to a large frying pan over medium-high heat. Then we're going to add in our brisket. It's okay if the brisket doesn't perfectly fit in the pan right away because it will cook down and shrink a little bit. So after about 4 to 5 minutes, we're going to give it a quick flip. The goal here is to sear it on both sides until it is browned just like this. Now, after another 4 to 5 minutes, let's remove the brisket. Then we're going to add in some sliced yellow onions, some garlic cloves. What we want to do next is add in some paprika, then a little bit of turmeric for some nice earthy flavors. We are going to stir and saute this for 4 to 5 minutes over medium-high heat. Then what we want to do is just to glaze with a little bit of water. Then we're just going to cook it for a few more minutes and scrape the bottom of that pan, get all that goodness off of there. At this stage, we are going to transfer half of this to a slow cooker. This is going to be the bottom base to our brisket. Once that's in there, we're next going to season it up with salt and pepper. Want to make sure everything's delicious. Then we're going to add in a few bay leaves. Now take that brisket and place it right on top. Then go back and get the rest of the onions and garlic and place it right on top of the brisket. Now we're going to add on the top and cook it over high heat for 4 to 6 hours or low for 8 to 10 hours. Let's just come back when it's done cooking. Then we're going to scrape off the onions and garlic on the top. We want to keep as much of that for the sauce as possible. Then remove the brisket and briefly set it to the side to rest on a platter or cutting board. Now I've got a small bowl of potato starch. We are going to add in some water, and we are just going to mix this until combined. This will be considered kosher for Passover. Once it is smooth and combined, we're going to add it right to our sauce in the crock pot. It will almost immediately become thick, like a delicious gravy like this. The consistency is fantastic. Now, let's set this sauce to the side, and I want to show you how to slice up the brisket. What you want to do is slice it against the grain and on a bias, and decently thin so that it stays very, very tender. This looks fantastic. Then what I like to do is just serve it up on a platter and then pour on several ladles of that delicious onion gravy and top off with a little fresh chopped parsley. And now you have one delicious slow-cooked brisket with onion gravy.